So I started thinking about this concept of gratitude being such a valuable and deeply and transformative kind of thing in our lives because I was realizing that, anytime we're paying attention to something, like really, really absorbing that moment and the benefits that we're getting and so forth, that is what supports us. It's this creative work in the sense that if we don't pay attention to it, if we're not really acknowledging it, mindfully, it's not being enlarged and it's not being magnified. That's the part that we play, So in the sense that gratitude is something we are already knowing we're doing, but now we want to maybe consider how we can actually be more attentive in daily mundane things, then we don't have to add it on to our list of things to do in any way. It's more about being present and saying, I really want to be more present because, I mean, come on, we drive to work or, we cook dinner and wash the dishes, and we can be thinking about 10 million other things. We're not necessarily really in the present moment in those things because we do them all the time, right? And yet, just even the things that support us in doing those things, the car, the utensils we have for cooking, the food that's in the fridge, whatever it is, taking the time to actually do that, appreciating and just saying, I'm really grateful for this in this moment. That kind of attentiveness is letting God know, is letting the universe know that we're not taking this stuff for granted. And we might even be in the middle of a lot of struggles. We might feel very unhappy in our lives at the moment. But if you add this in as your intention to be more aware and alert, in the moment that you're doing something, washing your hands or whatever it is, like smell the soap, take a moment, receive that upliftment. Look out as you're driving, and if there's a nice view, absorb it, with your eyes. Using our senses as well as mindfully choosing to stay alert, to stay awake. We're not going to think of it every single moment, and that's not anything, there's nothing wrong with that. But when we do think of it, to say, oh yeah, I want to be more intentional, and savor the things that are here right in this experience, because you might be unhappy about the things that you don't have. You might be struggling and want more. But the idea that in this moment, you're saying, that's right, I have this, and man, it's good. It is so good. That is such an important, vital thing that we do, because in doing that, did you know that in a sense it enlarges the universe by our active attention? I think what's happening is that we're exuding a vibration of gratitude, and we're also showing our humility in that moment, because we're saying, I'm awake enough to pause and have this moment. And in doing that, I just think the resonance of our heartfelt gratitude is actually added vibrationally to the whole, to the vibration of God and vibration of the universe. It's just a conscious choice. And that probably it's the choosing, the most important aspect of how gratitude becomes the foundation of actual real life change. Because as we stay focused on gratitude and that openness and that alertness, we're really, really engaged in life and in this mind, heart, spirit circuit that we have. So if you're interested in leaning into this practice of being more appreciative and being more attentive in your own experiences, then I want to just break it down to a simple framework of 3 things: notice, marvel, and magnify. So let's take a look at that. In the sense of noticing, we've already talked about it, identifying the things that are already present. Notice them. Really see it as, I'm not going to take these things for granted. My heart is so happy and thankful that as much as I'm struggling in this area or that area, that this is something I'm not struggling with. This is wonderful. So noticing is a vital part. It's so many immense things that are good and amazing every single day and in every single aspect of our experiences. And marveling at that is, it might seem to you like it's a bit fake. And I don't think if you're genuinely absorbing and noticing that you'll feel that it's fake. It doesn't have to be this huge gratitude for it, but appreciation, yeah, we can appreciate, that there's a lot that went into that. There's a lot that has come together so that I have that. Maybe you'll pat yourself on the back because you worked hard and you earned the money and you bought it. Or you'll be thinking about how grateful you are to somebody who cooked you that meal or something. But in any case, marveling at the complexity that exists for you and for me. There are so many aspects that have been completed so that you and I are where we are. And in that sense, we're doing what we're doing, and we have a lot of support and resources all around us. Maybe not everything's exactly as we would like it, but that's not the point. The point is simply to say, what can I appreciate and what can I give my attention to that is right here, that is in my life, that is a fact for me. And after that, you want to magnify any glimmer of gratitude that you find is welling up within you. You want to magnify that. It's like you are using your focused attention to extend positive experiences. You're taking that moment where you noticed it and then you marveled at it. You took the time to humbly say, yeah, that's pretty amazing when you really stop and think about it. And then magnifying that by really feeling the experience, breathe it in that moment when you just kind of pause and you breathe as deeply as you can and you just absorb. It's like you're letting that settle in. And when you're practicing like that, to be present in that moment, the vibration that is exuded outward as well as the opening for all of God's vibration inward, altogether, that truly is what becomes change. And so in closing, I just want to challenge you to deepen your practice of appreciative attention. I know you're already doing it, but whenever you do notice, then take that time to marvel and then magnify that experience by really being momentarily paused and enjoying it, receiving it, and experiencing it. And I definitely would love to hear your comments on how that experience is going for you and what little thing you marvel at that maybe the rest of us might say, oh yeah, that is a pretty cool thing, and it'll help us to become more mindful and grateful for that as well. So let us know in the comments what you're thinking, and I will talk to you in the next video.